day 2 of sharing a book from my shelf and a memory of my own as the oldest child of Jill and Michael Butt. I have been told that my parents didn't want me going to an elementary school where English was a second language, not a first, so they decided to educate me at home. Feel free to draw your own conclusions there. That was the initial reasoning, but over time, the answer that I came to interpret and repeat was that God wanted them to homeschool so that their children wouldn't be raised in the corrupt public school system. I started out with structure, had maybe a few solid years dedicated to my parents teaching me how to read, write, to do math. I remember being praised for reading at an 8th grade level when I was 5 or 6 years old and spending many hours on the computer playing edutainment programs. As the years went by, though, and they had more and more children, Jill and Michael became less and less able to focus on the needs of their older kids, and I was essentially left to figure out my own education. I remember one day, I was determined to study Hamlet. So I grabbed our big red collection of Shakespeare's plays and our big green 1828 version of Webster's dictionary, deemed the more pure dictionary written by a man of God or something. And I started searching for the definition of the play's title, which I then wrote down in the well-organized school binder that my parents had put together for me. The definition was Hamlet, a small village, a cluster of houses in the country. I don't know what happened, which of many possible distractions may have arisen, but I never wrote anything past that definition. Years later, I came across that binder and it still only had that one line in the section marked literature. I feel like that's a poignant illustration of my homeschool experience. Despite how hard I tried to guide my own education from a young age with very little direction, and regardless of Jill and Michael teaching and expecting me to self-govern, which is something they learned from Nicolene Peck, I didn't get far at all. I couldn't get far. I was a child.